first award of the evening is our award name goes here. That would be Innovator of the Year from Ariba, and I would like to introduce Mr. Des Black to give that award.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. As probably a lot of you know, Ariba is known for the nuclear industry, but Ariba is also in the renewables industry, and it's quite exciting tonight to be able to recognise an organisation, a company in that space. So it's fun. So Ariba is pleased to announce that award for the 2010 Innovator of the Year, and that is Team Edison2. I don't think it's a surprise because we see it at the front. Team Edison2 was chosen for the innovative design and creation of the very light car, and it was entered in the $10 million Automotive X Prize, an international competition to inspire a new generation of viable, super efficient vehicles that exceed 100 miles per gallon and that can break our addiction to oil and stem the effects of climate change. With over 110 teams from 15 countries entered in this event a year ago, less than 30 remain. And Team Edison2 continues to stand out as a real contender for the top prize of that competition. I hope that you've got the chance to view the vehicle outside. If it's still there, Jonathan, it might be gone now. I've had to check my ticket. What Team Edison2 is doing in a warehouse off Campus Street, just up the road, is nothing short of amazing. Edison2's founder, Oliver Kuttner, has assembled a team of high-caliber employees stemming mostly from the sports car racing area. This elite group of professionals has over 19 victories in Le Mans, Sebring, Daytona, and their very light car's shape was designed by Northrop Grumman's aerodynamics fellow Barnaby Wainfan. 5 times Le Mans winner Emmanuel Pirot will be driving in the competition alongside Brad Yeager, an up-and-coming endurance racer. Team Edison2 entered the Automotive X Prize expecting to build an electric or electric hybrid vehicle. The early analysis of efficiency, however, pointed to the unequivocal virtues of lightweight and low aerodynamic drag. So instead of lugging around hundreds of pounds of batteries, Edison2 chose a more realistic and conventional power source for the very light car, an internal combustion engine running on E85, the biofuel. The very light car is extremely light, I think about 800 pounds. Every component has been evaluated for function and redesigned with an eye to simplicity, strength, and low weight. Brakes that usually weigh over a pound only weigh a few ounces. Lug nuts that hold the wheels on are 1/10 of an ounce compared to an ounce. Innovations derived from racing enhance safety in the very light car, and these advances include collapsible space, not available in current cars, such as wheels outside the main body structure, a shape that deflects impact, and a lightweight but sturdy steel frame. The nimbleness of the very light car aids in accident avoidance, and low mass is an advantage of single car or auto pedestrian accidents. The very light car could very well be the most efficient automotive platform ever built. Edison2's innovations in auto efficiency apply regardless of the power source. The chassis and the body will make hybrid or electric cars more efficient, helping solve problems of range and performance. The very light car is a more sustainable vehicle, not just efficient to drive, but cradle to grave environmentally responsible. Less mass means fewer material inputs. Energy-intensive materials and hazardous or scarce materials are largely avoided in favour of conventional materials such as aluminium and steel that are readily available today and easily made in volume and completely recyclable. Team Edison2 may leave an important mark on automotive history as they have completely rethought and redesigned an automobile that is capable of Edison2. Please join me now in welcoming Mr. Oliver Kuttner and Team Edison2.
Thank you very much. Maybe my teammates want to get up for a minute. I think I couldn't have said it better. I'm known as a real estate developer, and people don't think of me as a philosopher, but I'm going to make a little bit of a philosophy pitch because he's already said a lot about our car. The journey down the road of this car has taught me a lot of things about where our society is heading. And Arriva is certainly one of the companies that's going to be a key solution. But I want to address the reason why we are in Lynchburg. And the reason we're in Lynchburg is because this is a working town that works. It's a town with good underlying principles. It's also a town that still has an intact infrastructure. The little newspaper you have shows a shop, Brown's Machine, making chopper parts. Well, Brown's Machine also made a lot of the parts on the very light car. This is a city where you can think up something and 45 minutes later you can have the piece of material in your hand. You can go down the street, an architect can cut something, Brown's Machine can make it. You can buy the right nut and bolt. You cannot do that in Charlottesville, Virginia. Actually, you cannot do that in most cities in the United States today. That is perhaps the tragedy of our era, because all the innovation in the world cannot be brought to functioning fruition without the tools to make it happen. Lynchburg is a mini Detroit, it's a mini Long Beach, it's a special place. It's really important, and our country is going in the wrong direction. Because as we lose these resources, these shops, these skilled people who can make things, we jokingly call Richard a WBM, world's best machinist. But there's actually some truth in it. We cannot expect to sit at a computer screen and design things and ship off some file and have the thing made in India. Sooner or later, the design job leaves. Sooner or later, we don't get the feedback. The car outside is essentially the third generation of the thought. I expect that we'll go through 10 generations before anybody can buy anything like it. It's also a complete rethink of a car. It's a method of a car. Forget what it looks like. It's all about rethinking the way a car is done. Thousands of engineers have tried to make a rectangle more aerodynamic. Well, at a CD of 0.2 it stops. You can't get it better. That one has half the CD of a Prius. The Prius is the best CD car you can buy. You have to get out of the box. Lynchburg's a special place, and it has these remnants from the textile industry and these other support industries of companies like Arriva that make it special. But, I don't want to get wordy, but we're here for a reason, and it's because this is a good city, and it has, something that we tend to be losing in the United States of America right now. And it's really something we need to be very careful to hold on to, because if we don't, we're literally shooting ourselves in the foot. The car that you see outside is an intellectual exercise, a test vehicle. We've had a man here already from Korea. We've had a man here from China. These people are very, very aggressive, and they're very smart, and they're very hungry. We would really like to see the car grow up in the United States. Perhaps we're a little optimistic, but we think we might have a little bit of intellectual property protection on it, and maybe it can protect some American jobs. I'll leave you guys alone now, but this is a great city, and thank you all for the award. It meant a lot to us.